Hello and welcome to Safety in the U.S. on and off campus, presented by Berkeley International Office. Today's topics: we'll cover safety data related to UC Berkeley and the city of Berkeley. We'll discuss campus actions and next steps that the UC Berkeley campus is taking to make our location a safer place. And we'll discuss tips for safety on and off campus. First, safety data. Every year, the university is required by law to report all security and fire issues to the government. And you can learn about those issues and any crime statistics and safety statistics and any policies in this report that's listed here. Some takeaways from that report. Let's look first at violent crime on the UC Berkeley campus. As you can see, in the year 2020, several types of violent crime went down. One that went up was aggravated assault. Here's a look at property crime on UC Berkeley's campus. Notice that all crime did go down in the year 2020, for the most part, except for arson, but some of these crimes remain quite high. Here's a look at 2021 City of Berkeley annual crimes. You can see that they divide the crimes into violent crimes and property crimes, and they show both the number and then the rate of crime per 1,000 residents. Note that safety can vary widely by neighborhood in the Berkeley area, and on campus, as you can see, is a high crime area. This is partially because the UC Berkeley campus is an open campus. Anyone can walk on and around the campus, and people who are looking to steal things often see students as easy targets because students might not be expecting to be targets of crime, so they're not protecting their electronics, for example, as well as they should. So we do see a higher amount of crime on the Berkeley campus than other spots in Berkeley. Takeaways. Berkeley has a higher crime number compared to many colleges, but also has much higher population on campus. Be sure to consider crime statistics as percentages rather than as flat numbers. Also remember that crime in large urban settings is higher than in suburban settings or rural settings. UC Berkeley has both the challenges and benefits that an urban campus brings. Safety is an issue at UC Berkeley, and one that the campus takes very seriously. Let's address safety issues as a campus-wide effort and on an individual basis. Let's talk about the campus-wide effort. What things is UC Berkeley doing to make the campus a safer place? Here are some recent changes. The university has recently hired 5 additional safety officers and 3 police officers and increased their patrols. The university is increasing staffing and frequency of Bear Walk night safety escort services and is renewing and expanding the security camera system. In addition, UC Berkeley is reimagining what things go on at the campus and so on. There are several projects underway, as you can see listed here. To understand the details of these projects, click on the link below. Note here that the university is trying to focus the scope of police responsibilities on law enforcement. So there are several things that UC Berkeley Police Department does now that aren't directly related to law enforcement in particular. Things like emergency management or fingerprint scanning or helping students if they're locked out of their dorms. These are things that the UCPD does now, but they don't have to do that. That can be done by other people at the university so that the UCPD can focus on law enforcement. The university is currently taking steps now to help UCPD have fewer duties unrelated to law enforcement so they can focus more on that important issue. The university is also creating a team of mental health professionals to serve as first responders in wellness checks and mental health emergencies. And the university is identifying a different site than Sproul Hall to relocate the police department. Let's talk now about individual efforts and what we individually can do to keep safe at UC Berkeley. First of all, know your local laws. As you know, laws can vary widely depending on the country. Here are some examples of kind of perhaps surprising laws from different countries that you might not have known, but there are certainly laws like this in the US that you also want to keep in mind. Be sure to protect your immigration status. Being arrested in the US can result in serious immigration consequences. A few important laws to keep in mind. The California law is not necessarily the US government or federal law. For example, just because marijuana is legal in California does not mean it's okay while you're in the US on a student visa, because your student visa is a federal visa, not just a California visa. So you have to also follow all federal laws. Marijuana is not a federally okay plant to use. The legal drinking age in the US is 21. That may be higher than some other countries, but this is the rule that you'll need to follow while you're here in the US. Be sure to know your local safety resources here, UC Berkeley Police Department and the local Berkeley Police Department. At night, the university offers a few different options for getting home safely: the Bear Walk and the Night Safety Shuttle. There are also blue light phones throughout the UC Berkeley campus. You can pick up these phones with a blue light on top and be connected directly to UC Berkeley Police Department in case of an emergency or in case there's something that is making you very nervous. Confidential reporting. Path to Care Center is where you can report confidentially about any violence done against you, particularly sexual violence. CAPS, that's Counseling and Psychological Services. CAPS offers counseling, conflict resolution, reporting, and more. Let's talk about crime prevention. Use your common sense to stay as safe as possible and avoid most common crimes. That said, I will say that common sense from country to country differs. If you're new to the US, you'll need to kind of perhaps recalibrate your sense of what is kind of normal safety and normal risk in the US. The US may be more or less safe than your country in general. So you'll need to have a sense of what you need to do in the US to remain safe. Below are some common sense things that Americans think of as common sense to remain safe. Lock all doors and windows of your home and your car when you leave. Do not leave valuables visible in cars or in tables at restaurants or libraries. So never walk away from your cell phone, for example, or your laptop. Don't leave any bags on the seat of your car when you go to a restaurant or head into a store. All things in your car should be hidden in the trunk or taken with you. If you step up at the library to go to the restroom, make sure you bring your laptop or ask a friend at the library to watch your laptop, but don't just leave it and expect it will be there when you get back. Stay aware at ATMs. Do not count your money in public. Do not carry your immigration documents with you. Leave your passports, I-20s, DS-2019s, and your social security number cards at home in a secure spot. It is okay in general in the US to carry your driver's license because you need some form of government issued ID with you. And that's the one that we recommend you carry, just like Americans do. But please do leave all these immigration documents at home. Hold your electronics, wallet, and purse tightly, especially on public transit. If you're standing near the doors on public transit, when those doors open and close, that's an easy time for a thief to grab your things. So in those moments in particular, hold your electronics tightly or put them in your pocket or your bag. Be aware of your surroundings, especially at night and especially when using electronics. Use a UC Berkeley night service to get home safely. If you ride a bike, use a high-quality U-lock and cable to lock your bike to a sturdy pole. What happens if you lose or if your immigration documents are stolen? First, file a police report if you lost them due to theft. Second, check in with Bio. We can guide you through the steps to take if you lose any of these documents. We can also help you with steps to take if you lose things that are not immigration documents, things like credit cards or debit cards, your driver's license, your social security card, and so on. But definitely bio should be one of your first points of contact if you lose an immigration document, your passport, your visa, your I-20, your DS 2019. Let's talk about identity theft, phishing, and scams. Identity thieves look for personal information and passwords, social security numbers, and bank account information. Phishing emails and texts often claim to have noticed unusual activity in your bank account or your immigration record. They may ask you to confirm personal information, download software, or make a payment, and they may offer money such as discounts, refunds, or coupons. Note that phishing emails and texts are things that you don't expect to see. So it seems sudden. Somebody is emailing or calling or texting to say, there's a problem with your immigration record, or there's a problem with your bank account. Be skeptical of that sort of communication. Always, if it's about immigration, call us at bio. If it's about your bank account, call your bank directly. Just hang up and call your bank back directly. Scammers and identity thieves claim to represent government agencies, banks, and credit cards. They make unexpected, urgent demands, and they threaten severe and immediate punishment or consequences if you don't follow through. Note that in real life, the government is rarely threatening severe and immediate consequences for anything. If there's some immigration problem, and there rarely is with our students, the government generally sends you letters. They give you a call. They don't threaten or harass. They don't require money. They don't request gift cards for payment of things. If anybody is requesting payment of you or requesting your banking information or your immigration information, try to get their phone number and their name, hang up and call them back, or hang up and call bio or call your bank and so on. But don't give that information to these people. Other things to do: keep your computer antivirus software up to date. Do not log into sensitive websites on public Wi-Fi connections. For example, if you're sitting in a cafe, don't check your bank account there, because everybody can get onto that Wi-Fi connection and someone could see you logging into your bank account. As I mentioned, if someone calls you, do not offer or confirm any information about yourself. Try to get the phone number and name of the caller, hang up, and then call back. Or hang up and just call the phone number for your bank, or if they're calling about your credit card, just call the number on the back of your credit card and see if that's legitimate. If it's about immigration, call us at bio immediately. Do not send payments in any form, through a wire transfer, through cash, or through gift cards. Remember, these groups, if they're legitimate, the government, banks, and so on, they're not asking you to send them money to solve some problem. Please notify banks, police, and bio as necessary. And our bio website has several examples of very specific scams, some that are just general in the US and some that are targeted at international students. So I encourage you to take a look at our website. Finally, don't be a stranger. We at bio are here to support you. You can always come in for advising in person. We have some in-person advising slots at the moment, and we have a lot of virtual advising appointments via Zoom. We look forward to meeting you and talking with you and helping you. Please stay safe here in Berkeley, and we're excited to have you in the area.
Hi, my name is Kevin Vincent, and I'm a Cal grad from the class of 1998. Go Bears! Since 2005, I've been working as an officer with the UC Berkeley Police Department, and I've been asked to give a brief presentation about campus safety as part of the orientation process this year. During this presentation, I will talk about UCPD's resources and services to the campus community and give some safety tips for our new community members. If you are on campus and have an emergency, you can call 911 or 510-642-3333. If you need to reach the police department and it's not an emergency, please use our line at 510-642-6760. And if you have any questions or concerns that you would like to email us, you may do so at police@berkeley.edu. Most of the information that I will be sharing today can also be found at our website at ucpd.berkeley.edu. On our website, you will find information about UCPD, our daily crime log, and UCPD services. I wanted to draw particular attention to the annual security report that is linked on our homepage. The annual security report is a comprehensive 90+ page document that not only compiles all of our crime statistics for the last few years, but goes in depth into all things related to safety at Cal. This includes information ranging from how we report our crime statistics, to how the campus supports survivors of sexual violence, to how student code of conduct violations are dealt with. You can read through all 90 pages if you want, but I'm here to give you the quick summary. UCPD has been around since 1947 as a state law enforcement entity. We currently have just over 40 sworn officers, including command staff, sergeants, and detectives. What this means for our community is that at all times, UCPD has at least 3 officers and a sergeant or other supervisor on or around campus to respond to all law enforcement, fire, and medical calls for service. In addition, the university has an agreement with the City of Berkeley Fire Department that they will also respond to all medical and fire emergencies on campus. How can you recognize UCPD officers and employees? Well, our sworn officers wear dark blue police uniforms and drive white patrol vehicles with blue stripes. This is different from our City of Berkeley police officers who wear a similar uniform but drive the more traditional black and white police vehicles. Around campus, you may also see UCPD's security patrol officers or our student employees, the community service officers. Security patrol officers wear uniform tops in a lighter blue, and our community service officers wear bright yellow polos. Both are unarmed, but have access to police radios to summon the sworn officers in case of any immediate trouble. In addition to patrol and responding to emergencies, UCPD provides many other services to the campus community. We have an investigations group and a dedicated dispatch call center that only deals with campus emergencies. We also function as the general lost and found for the campus for cell phones, wallets, and other valuables. UC Berkeley partners with UCSF for a negotiations and entries team and also has one of the oldest bomb teams in Northern California, along with a pair of explosive ordnance detection canines. Additionally, UCPD also manages part of the campus night safety services, as our community service officers operate Bear Walk, a nighttime walking escort service free of charge to the community. More on that later. The university has tried to make getting a hold of UCPD as easy as possible by installing blue light phones all around campus. You can call 911 from any phone, but if you don't have your phone, just look for any of the bright blue lights and press the one big red button next to the speakerphone. The phone will automatically dial our dispatcher. The phone pictured on the left is the exterior model. It's a 7 or 8 foot tall black cylinder with a bright blue light on top. At about waist level, you'll find a big red button. One press and you'll be connected to our dispatcher. On the right side of the screen, you'll see an interior model of the blue light phone. It's a smaller yellow rectangle. Again, it has the blue light on top and one big red button. And if you ever need to come to UCPD in person, we are located in the basement of Sproul Hall, one of the campus's main administrative buildings, which also houses admissions and financial aid. We are just north of the intersection of Bancroft Way and Telegraph Ave. So most of what I've talked about so far is how our community members can reach UCPD. But how does UCPD and the campus communicate to our community in case of an emergency? UC Berkeley has partnered with Everbridge to deliver WarningMe notifications. All UC Berkeley email addresses are automatically enrolled to receive the notifications. If you wish to receive text messages as well, simply head to warnme.berkeley.edu and log in with your CalNet logon and password. Then you just need to specify which phone number you would like to receive the text at. There are 3 types of WarnMe notifications that may be sent. The first are timely warnings. This is when UCPD receives notification that a crime that falls under the Jean Cleary Act has occurred on campus or near campus properties and continues to be a threat to our community members. Examples of Cleary Act crimes include arson, aggravated assault, or robbery. In addition to timely warnings, the WarnMe system may be used in times of other campus emergencies, such as gas leaks, fires, or downed power lines. Finally, the WarnMe system may be used for community advisories when there is important information about road closures, missing persons, or other topics. Now, I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about some safety tips. As with pretty much every other US college campus, UC Berkeley's most common crime is theft. UCPD asks every community member to take theft seriously wherever you are. If you bring a car to campus, please clear the cabin of any valuables that might be in sight and make sure it's locked. Whenever you leave an office, apartment, dorm room, or other lockable space, we ask that you secure it while you're out of the area. And when you bring electronics, backpacks, or other valuables to campus, please do not leave them unattended. This includes even within some of our secured spaces, such as libraries. I have taken more than one theft report of a student who has either gotten up to use the restroom or fallen asleep at the study carrel and woken up to find that some of their belongings are missing. And theft, of course, is not limited to electronics or backpacks. Bicycle theft is another common problem at many universities, and UC Berkeley is no exception. Please license your bicycle at UCPD. Lock your bicycle with a good U-lock and secure it as shown in the diagram. Never leave your bicycle locked up outside at night. And of course, always wear a helmet and obey all the traffic laws. One of the other topics that frequently comes up for UCPD is nighttime safety. Generally, we advise our community members to travel with a friend or in a group. Be aware of your surroundings and use well-lit, frequently traveled areas. Additionally, we also advise that everyone take advantage of the campus night safety services. Bear Walk runs every night from dusk to 2:30 a.m. Our campus shuttle services run from 7:30 to 3 a.m. and our door-to-door shuttle runs from 3 a.m. to 5:30. Here are some of our community service officers that run Bear Walk. You can call and request a walking escort to or from campus to the surrounding neighborhoods. A trained and uniformed community service officer will meet you with a police radio and walk to your destination. Remember, the Bear Walk number is on the back of your Cal One card, or you can request a walk through our app. Just search for UCB Bear Walk. The Night Safety Shuttle is a service provided by UC Berkeley Parking and Transportation. It is free to all our community members and generally runs the perimeter of the campus with some stops in the South Campus area and at most of our student housing complexes. When the regular shuttle bus stops at 3 a.m., Parking and Transportation still operates a door-to-door shuttle from 3 a.m. to 5:30. You can request it using the same number that you request Bear Walk. Thank you for your attention today. Welcome to the Cal community and go Bears!